Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Today is September 22nd, and I want to start with a big announcement. The news are moving over to Patreon. I've been mentioning that Patreon is the reason that this news is actually sponsored, and I've been asking brands to sponsor the news and so on. So I'm going to push the news in October to Patreon only. What does this mean for you? If you're a Patreon currently, you can watch it there normally on Tuesday. If you're not a Patreon, I might upload it openly later down the week, but I might not. So that is going to be depending on how Patreon is going. And there's a couple of reasons why the news might come back on Tuesday. There's one first goal. If we reach 200 Patreons, then the news will be open on Tuesdays as always, or if a brand sponsors the news. So if some film brand, let's say Kodak, sponsors the news, then the news will be open on Tuesdays sponsored by Kodak, for example. And if we reach 200 Patreons, then the news will be open. The news will be maybe posted later in the date, like I said, but it all depends on how the response is so far. One thing is any current Patreons right now will be able to watch it in the Spanish Patreon and the English Patreon. I have two Patreons, just in case you didn't know, because I have two channels. And just in case you're wondering, if you were a lower tier Patreon, you'll still be able to watch. I'm keeping that. But from now on, Patreon starts at $4 a month, which means each news is $1 cost from your pocket if you want to support the show. Doing these news is like my favorite thing ever, but it requires a lot of time. And that time I'm doing this, I'm not working in any other job. So I'm sorry to say that I am moving them in October. If we reach that goal, we need like 68 Patreons right now or a brand, then I'll leave them on Tuesday. But I just want to make sure you guys understand that this is basically from economic reasons. I need that income to continue doing this channel. If not, I'm at a loss, and I know it sounds like not, but it is. So yeah, if you want to see the news in October, you can become a Patreon, or we can have a brand sponsor it. So let's move to the real news. We have a Polaroid Mandalorian Edition. So Polaroid has partnered with Star Wars and their gear, and they're doing a Mandalorian special edition. It barely has a couple different colors, and there's special edition film too that probably for the collectibles people will buy. Nothing else to it, but just the special edition camera. In other bigger news, we have Instax coming out with the SQ1, which is a square Instax camera, with also new Instax monochrome and Instax rainbow film edition. And this Instax SQ1 is actually point and shoot. It has automatic metering, so you don't have to do the whole metering yourself. And it even has selfie mode. So it's a very easy one step, kind of like one click, that's it. So it comes in three colors. There's like a earthy color, like a blue color, and like a dead white color. So yeah, coming out, basically delivering in October 2020. Then we have Cameradactyl and the Mongoose goal. They've reached their goal. So congratulations to Ethan. He's managed to get, I think it was $24,000 for it, already at 91-ish devices. My device is still not here, but I can't wait to get it and try it out. It is a beta release, so you will have to take that with a pinch of salt. Then we have Tetenal coming back with a store. So you knew Tetenal went bankrupt, then the workers and some other people took over. They called it New Tetenal, then they started shop as New Tetenal. Well, now there's basically a store under Tetenal.com, so no new Tetenal.com, with all the Tetenal products that you're used to. Prices are not the cheapest. They're a little more expensive than the usual store, but you're buying directly from manufacturers. So if you want to buy it for the best bang for the buck, you want to buy it from stores like Photo Impex or Mago Direct or other local stores, wherever you are. But it's nice to see them back and, alive and kicking. But it's not really 100% news. It's just they're, finally not new Tetenal, but they're Tetenal.com. Also, there's a code for a 5% discount called Tetenal Promo 09. So O as a 0, 9. Then we have CatLABS of JP with a new loupe for large format or viewing negatives. It's a 3.5x achromatic loupe. So if you're into that, you can check it out at CatLABS. I'll leave the link below. Then we have a new Voigtlander 50mm Nokton f1.5 M mount. So Voigtlander has a 50mm Nokton. Now it's the second version. So if you had the first version, the second version seems to be a little lighter and has two more elements inside the glass, or the lens, sorry. So that's good news. If you're into that kind of glass and lens, you can check it out. Then this is not actually news, but a product I've seen that I had never seen before. And now that everybody's making a film holder to digitize your film with a digital camera, I've seen this and it actually looks like a pretty good system. I haven't used it myself. It's a Sunray Box light and holder. So it is like a bamboo little light source that has like holder for 35 in medium format. So far from what I've seen, there's no X-span, there's no like 6x9 holder, but if you're into something in one small package, and the whole thing costs $240, which is not bad considering some of the prices out there for other holders. So yeah, you might want to check it out and see if you can find reviews and so on, because I haven't seen much on it. Then there's news on Intrepid has made a 3D printed 4x5 pinhole lens board. So if you're into pinhole lenses, or not lenses, pinholes, I guess, Intrepid's made a 3D printed version. Also, about Intrepid, I think I said it in last news, but I made a video about Intrepid versus Chamonix, and I've had a lot of people mention how much they support what I said, and some people kind of like not agree with me. One thing I want to mention in that video, the video I showed was a Mark III Intrepid. Now there's a Mark IV that solves some of the issues I had there, and also the fact of what I said in the video was my personal opinion on certain things that I think are lacking from an entry-level camera. An entry-level in the sense of pricing, which is what I mentioned in the Intrepid video. Another thing someone told me I should mention, and I want to mention here in the news, and I'll mention in a different video sometime, is I had commercial interest in Chamonix a couple years ago. I work with them. I sold them in Europe and Spain. So take that with a pinch of salt. I've also had commercial work with Intrepid. The two cameras I own were given to me by them. One is payment for an advertised for the enlarger kit that they did a Kickstarter, and the other one for a series of videos that I'm still currently doing. So I guess I'm biased for both, if you want to say, but I no longer have any commercial work with Chamonix. I am friendly with them, but I have nothing against. I'm just a user, and I really like the cameras. So if you feel like that was biased for any reason, I'm sorry. That was not my intention. I still believe the Intrepid is a great camera for the price, but maybe not the best for beginners. That's about all I said in the video. So let's go on with the news. A little disclaimer there. There's an automatic scanner with Arduino Nano and Python. So there's a fellow Instagrammer that I've talked to, so I'm going to break your name, sorry for this. Sinan Isik, or Sinan Isik. Like it sounds like Turkish name. I'm not sure. He's made a little automatic scanner adapt little thing for a negative supply holder. So he's grabbed a negative supply holder. He's put like a stepless motor on top, or I think it's called stepless, and he's coded a whole thing where it basically automatically scans 35, like the Mongoose. So if you want to do it, and he's made a whole blog post about it, and you can do it yourself. I'm tempted to make my own. I think the materials could be around $100-ish. So if you want to adapt yourself and are you a little tinker and doer, you can check it out. And then we have Paul and Reinhold 100-year anniversary film pack. So Rollei, which is Paul and Reinhold, has come out basically with a special pack to commemorate the 100 years of the film brand and the camera brand. So you can go check it out. It's a special edition. I think the film inside is like a little cartridge. If you're into that kind of paraphernalia, I think it's pretty cool. Then we have Konorama Filters. So Kono, the special effect film manufacturer, has made special effect filters that go into Instax. I think it's Instax Mini so far. And you basically slide these filters into your film pack. And then when you shoot, you get like textures or rainbows or stuff like that. So you're into Instax Mini shots. And I'm not sure about the Mini, but I do think it is Mini. And you want special effects on your film. And I think you have to shoot the whole pack unless you take it out in the dark and but it's pretty cool. So you can check that out. Then through Silvergrain Classics, I have been sent information about a Cairo cameras 4x5. Someone, and I'm guessing in Egypt from Cairo cameras, is making a 4x5 camera that will be field but have the movements of a technical camera like a monorail. So that's a pretty cool project. I'll see if I can link you guys for a blog or an Instagram account so you can check the progress, but I think it is pretty cool. And then we have news from DR5. You know the process DR5, and if you don't, you should. It's a black and white reversal process, which has been made from, I don't think it's like 20 different chemicals and procedures. And this is being exclusive to them, DR5, because they found the way to make this and they've made it themselves. So it's not available to anyone else. You have to send them the film and they would take it and make it slides. I know people like Jason Lee and other users do that all the time. Well, they're going to be publishing their process for everyone to see. I think they've had a lot of problems with moving to the new facility. They're still developing film as far as I know, and I think they said it on the blog post or their Instagram post, but they're going to give this process to everyone to know because they think it shouldn't die with them, which doesn't mean they're going to die, but you know what I mean, guys. So that's super exciting. I'll keep you updated whenever it is released so you can check it out and maybe make it. I've heard that it's not that simple, but you know, maybe someone wants to make it. Then we have news from Doomo, made a double cold shoe adapter, very much into that Voigtlander vibe. Doomo has made a light meter that's basically very inspired on the Voigtlander VC2. I actually have the box here, the VC2 meter. And they've made a double hot shoe or cold shoe, sorry, for like cameras and so on. So if you want to have like a viewfinder and a light meter on it, this is it. And it's metal, looks pretty nice, honestly. And last but not least, we have fellow YouTuber and friend, also Patreon, Azriel Knight is with, and last but not least, we have Azriel Knight with Kickstarter. He's a fellow YouTuber, friend, and Patreon of this channel. And he's started a Kickstarter to make his, I think his Fortnight of film is the name of it, but he had the 40 days of night or 30 days of night where he every day would test the camera and a film and make a video and post it. So it was like a marathon of videos. So if you're interested in helping and supporting Azriel, fellow YouTuber, you can go and check the link below. And that is it for the news, guys. Just a quick mention and reminder, the news will be Patreon only starting October. You can go check it out. There's two ways to make it open again for everyone, is if we reach 200 Patreons or if we have a brand sponsor it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Remember, you can send any information to the email below. See you next week. Bye.